Today I'm going to tell you guys the story of how I accidentally obtained the most expensive Pokemon card that I've ever owned. It all started with this video right here, the last time that I got my cards graded with PSA. After uploading that video, I had a friend reach out to me, and he just had one simple question. How do I grade Pokemon cards? And of course, me being the guy that I am, I said, I'll teach you how to grade your Pokemon cards, but I want to submit a couple cards with your submission. I'll just, you're already paying shipping anyway. Just let me include a couple cards in your submission, right? I mean, it makes sense. And that was that. I walked him through the steps and we were ready to get our cards graded. The only thing was, I then had to decide which cards I wanted to get graded. But if you watched the last PSA submission video, you may know that I was a little hesitant to get my cards graded again. Out of every single card that I sent a PSA, they all came back a 7. Every single card got a PSA 7. So I didn't want to add like a big amount of cards to this grade. I wanted to just pick out like 5, and I ended up choosing even less than that. Before I continue, if you're not subscribed yet and you're liking this content, please hit the subscribe button. We're currently aiming for 500 subscribers, and I really want to hit it. Also, if you're looking for your own Pokemon cards, check out palmerscards.com. Link in the description. Let's keep going. I only sent 3 cards away to PSA, which I at that point, I didn't even want to. I almost backed out, and he talked me into it. Isaac, thank you for talking me into it. I have 2 different ETBs of cards that I want to get graded. So I had to kind of shuffle through all the boxes and figure out which cards were going to get graded. I went through all of my alt arts. I went through all of my old school cards. I went through my rare full arts, like any card that has a decent value on it. I flipped through just to check if it could possibly get a good grade. Now there were a good amount of cards that stood out. I did actually pick 5, but I ultimately landed on the full art Zekrom from Black and White, the alternate art Leafeon VMAX, and one of the 3 promo Mews that you get from the 151 Ultra Premium Collection box. And if you didn't pick up on the joke, the reason why I'm wearing this specific shirt is Black and White, haha, funny. And that was pretty much it. You know, I took my cards to my friend, he shipped them off. He did all the steps, he got them shipped off for me, and that was kind of it. Now, originally when I sent these cards away, I just thought it was gonna be another video where, hey, I sent these cards to PSA, let's see what their grade is. That's what I thought this video was gonna be. Well, it didn't exactly work out that way. One thing you need to know about all of this is that we're in Canada, so it's not as easy to ship cards to PSA as it is in the USA, in the States. Here, we have very select few, especially because of the tariffs. You cannot send directly to PSA. You have to send through like a third party guy or company, you know? And there's a very select few people here that you can do that with. The one that I do personally is called KD Collectibles. This guy, he's awesome. Kevin, you the goat, man. And that's very important to know. A couple months go by and Isaac sends me a message like, hey man, our cards are back with KD. We got them, they're here, they're almost red, they're almost here. And I was busy that day, so I saw the message, I'm like, oh cool, our cards are here, but I never responded. I was like, okay, I'll respond to that later. A couple hours later, I get a message from Kevin himself, the owner of KD Collectibles. I thought this was odd, but him and I have talked in the past. When I made my last PSA video, he actually reached out and he said, hey man, love the video, great work. You know, so we talked a little bit. When he messaged me, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, oh, you know, maybe he wants me to make a video for him. Arrogant, man, arrogance. Well, that's not exactly what was happening. I get his message, I respond, and then he doesn't answer. And then my friend Isaac messages me again, the guy that sent the cards away. And he says, dude, you gotta talk with Kevin. And I'm like, yeah, I know, I messaged him. Like, he's like, yeah, so about that. I'm like, what? Like, what is happening? My immediate thought is, oh my God, why is Isaac telling me to talk to Kevin? Why is Kevin messaging me? Our cards got destroyed. They're gone. They're done. hundreds of dollars worth of Pokemon cards, my Leafeon alternate art, they're destroyed. They got stolen. I don't know. They're gone. Why would he be messaging me? I don't know, man. I don't know. That wasn't the case either. And remember, I almost didn't send these cards in because I had cold feet because of the last time that I sent cards in. So this almost didn't happen. Well, Kevin finally gets back to me and he says, "You have a really nice card." And I'm like, what is going on? Eventually I find out KD Collectibles is now reaching out to me saying that he wants to buy my graded card that he currently has in his possession. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's awesome. The Leafeon VMAX alt art must have gotten a 10. That's so cool. No, that's not what he wanted. He's talking to me about the Zekrom, the freaking black and white 2011 full art Zekrom. This is one of the first ever full art cards ever made in existence. It got a freaking 10. I can't believe it. He's like, dude, I will buy this. This is the first one I have ever seen come across my desk. Now, you know, if the guy that grades Pokemon cards is asking you to buy your graded Pokemon card, that you've hit gold. You hit magic. This card is freaking magical, dude. The last sold price on this card, Canadian dollars, $2,500. That is by far the most expensive Pokemon card that I have ever held in my hand. Not only that, we haven't even talked about this, the Leafeon VMAX alternate art also got a PSA 10. This is by far the best submission of PSA cards that I've ever done. I've sent cards for grading in the past. I've sent over 100 cards. No, that's a lie. I have hit 110 in the history of my grading. And that was a Beckett 10 Celebrations Charizard. One of my most valuable cards to me because my wife pulled it, I got it graded, it came back a Beckett 10. Super cool. This submission alone, I sent 3 cards and 2 of them got a PSA 10. The poor Mew is now left out of this. He only got a 9. But the fact that I got 2 PSA 10s out of 3 cards blows my friggin' mind. I to this day, I still can't believe it. And the fact that out of this small submission, I got my most prized card ever. I can't believe it. I honestly cannot believe it. Shout outs, Isaac, for making me send these cards. Shout out KD Collectibles for being the GOAT of Canadian Pokemon card grading. And shout out to my my precious little Zekrom here. Honestly, incredible. The worst part is I don't even have my grading card cases to display these in yet. Because as you can tell, the studio was in an uproar. This is the only nice place in my house right now. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this story time.